RunSignUp has a lot of things. So here's my top 10 things. So widgets. If you have your own website, you should be using our widgets. It's like embedding like a YouTube video on a web page. You embed any of our pages onto your own pages. A lot of people actually use our widgets. Well over 50% of registrations happen on a widget on a race's website. But I see so many poorly designed widgets. They haven't customized the colors to fit in or things like that. And the other thing that really bugs me is that they just put our overall widget on with our tabs. And what you can do is you can actually have individual pages so that in your overall system, you can have a registration button and it goes to just the registration page and forget all those tabs. You can have a donation button and it goes straight to the donation. You can have a find a runner button in your navigation menus and it goes right to that page. And I think people could really either use widgets or improve how they're using widgets. Second one is donations. Our system's pretty good now. I think we're in our third generation of design on donation and fundraising, and we've just dropped our processing fees. Depending upon which payment processing method you use, quick start method, it's 4.8%. The advanced method, it's 4%. Your race has to be a charitable race, the organization behind it, and the donation has to be a charity, obviously going to a charity. But if you've got that and you set up advanced, you can have 4% processing fees on the donations, which is great. Email marketing and communication, I'll show that in a little bit and talk more about that. Facebook ad tracking. So this is one of the lessons we learned from working with all these glow runs and blacklight runs and stuff. They do a lot of advertising and they measure their advertising. And the way you measure your advertising is you do this little trick called pixel tracking. And what RunSignUp allows you to do is you go to Facebook, you set up your ad, and Facebook will give you a pixel. And you put that pixel ID into RunSignUp, and then RunSignUp will tell Facebook every time someone registers for your race. So it's not just people that are clicking on or liking your thing on Facebook, because likes don't matter. Registrations really matter. And you need to play with your Facebook ads, and you need to allocate money to your Facebook ads, and you need to find other mechanisms to do advertising. If you talk to one of these blacklight runs, they talk about cost of customer acquisition, and they're spending $2 to $8 per runner to acquire those customers. So if you have a 1,000-person race, you should be setting aside $2,000 to $8,000 to spend on marketing, and you can make it cost effective. But you have to know what you're doing. You have to trial and error and kind of incrementally play around and improve. There's a bunch of blogs that we put up on our blog about Facebook. So you just go in and you search for Facebook and you can read about 20 different blogs that have a number of examples of how to go about doing advertising on Facebook and how to go about getting your feet wet. Price changes and special limited time coupons. This is the other thing that the web marketing companies do. They create deadlines. They may be a little artificial. There's one company that every Wednesday their price increases from 20 to 40. Every Wednesday it increases from 20 to 40. Guess what day is their biggest day? Wednesday. I'm not suggesting that your race do that, but you've got a race in the springtime. Like I've got a race that happens the first week of June. And we do a Valentine's Day special, and we do a first day of spring special, and we do a New Year's Day special. We have a run at the running store, and it's a New Year's Day special and stuff like that. And it builds enthusiasm. It creates a reason for people to share it with their friends on Facebook and stuff like that. Groups. I'm an old competitive runner, and I think about teams as my college cross-country team that went out and did battle with Lehigh. But the new era of races is about groups, and it's about creating a social experience. So for the little race I do in June, we kind of rebranded it to be a coffee run this year. The race is named after Scott Coffey, a serendipitous last name. So we created caffeinator groups, and we made them mean a little bit of something. We said, the biggest group is going to get a special tent And Wegmans, one of our sponsors, is going to provide Danish to you. And it worked out great. We had one group that was 87, and the second place group was 84. They were all over social media the few days before. You got to join our group. They were sharing it with their friends, and it was like neck and neck. It was going back and forth. And they could see the totals, you know, right? They'd go to the RunSignUp page, and they'd say, oh, we got 68 people. Oh, we got 72 people. It really drove a lot of good stuff. Participant self-serve is a great feature. I'm a little old school on this, but I really believe in trying to do right by the customer, and the runner is the customer. And I know some races say, you know, no refund and stuff like that, but I think having more gentle policies on things make it a more fun race, a more accepting race, allows people to have lower risk of signing up for your race. The races are getting so darn expensive these days. If I get an IT ban, you know, I'm going to be out for 6 weeks. I'm not going to be able to run that 8K. And, you know, shouldn't I be able to at least transfer my bib to somebody else, to a friend, or potentially even get a refund? And you can do this easily. And you can actually make money at it, right? You can charge people a transfer fee or a refund fee and things like that, and still make them pretty happy. This year-over-year summary is what I'm talking about, that you'll see pop up more and more places. Check-in, text alerts, and GPS positioning.